I'm torn between my burning hatred for anthology films and my love of cool Predator shit.
What happens if we survive?
We're getting 2 Predator films in the same year. The simultaneous overloading of every usable IP is what will bring Hollywood to its knees within a matter of months anyway. It's Predator, we gotta love it, right? It's basically the idea behind this film is that after Prey, everyone went online and said, oh, now do one in like feudal Japan. Oh no, now do like a Viking one. And they just went, okay, we'll do them all. Predator, Killer of Killers is another franchise wondering if they can get away with making Marvel's What If. It's an anthology film which feel like dirty words coming out of my mouth, where a Viking warrior, ancient feudal Japan samurai, and a World War II pilot all face off against a predator in their own time and place. And I gotta say, I feel like eventually we've got to say that the Predators aren't taking their creed that strongly. Hunting out across the entire cosmos the most strong warriors there are. Why do they come to Earth so often? They're like twice our size. Like, really? Anyway, we start with a Viking lady who appears to be a cross between the Assassin's Creed Valhalla protagonist and Kratos from the newer God of War games. Yeah, she's got a son, a plan for vengeance, and during it she runs into a predator and fights it on the ice in a very environmental-based battle, which was awesome, I have to say. Then we move on to feudal Japan. There's a samurai. He was cast out. He's got a brother, a plan for vengeance. But during it, he runs into a predator and fights it in a very stealthy duel alongside his brother. It was very cool. Makes use of the fact that ancient Japan is probably where you're going to find the best stealthy humans to fight back against the predator's own specialities. And then we move on to World War II, where an American pilot finds a predator while on an aircraft carrier and takes it up into the air to fight against it while watching many of his friends get harpooned through the chest. Oh. So, great animation, very impressively done. The fights are all so great. Great choreography to them. Like, the things you can do in animation, they really made use of that. And there was then, it felt like there was an actual reason for doing this, for making this, and for doing it in animated form. That was all fine. The characters are different enough that their stories kind of work, and the fights are different enough, but there are similar story beats along the way. You know, they're all very similar lengths, so you hit the same kind of notes each time, but I didn't mind that. I thought that was fine. There is more dialogue in the first 3 minutes of the American story than the other two combined. That is to be expected, I guess, but also, he was very American. I feel like they added that in to remind us why we loved Prey so much, because like a Native American warrior, a Viking warrior, a samurai, like there's a different level of aura to them, and a lot of that comes with not being a constant loudmouth. Yeah. So I'm glad that we are straying away mostly from having Americans as the leads, but yeah. It was just 20 minutes per story, very short film, and then 20 minutes after all of them. And that, I don't want to spoil it too much, but that changed Predator lore and probably the direction of the franchise quite heavily. Wouldn't have expected such huge stakes in a random animated anthology film. I don't know yet how I feel about it. It's cool. It makes the whole franchise's idea seem more like an anime series in nature. It's interesting, for sure, and it gives them stuff to work off of and a future for the franchise beyond just doing these as random, cool, one-off projects, okay? It was weird. It was definitely weird, though, and I feel like they maybe, as short and quick and cool as it was as a film, I feel like maybe they needed that ending section to be longer to dig into that a little more, because it was where they were introducing some of these concepts. This was fun. The ending did feel a little weird. It felt like it would have felt like if Marvel had introduced the idea of the multiverse in What If. Did they? Bad example. Doesn't matter. But it feels like such a sudden. We're not just having funky fun. There is a direction here. I'm glad about there being a direction. It's going that direction. I can't see what's down that road, but it's interesting for sure. I feel like there is so much potential with the idea of doing another one of these. I would love to see it, just because, I mean, damn. Like, those fights were incredible. If you just stick to those and those parts instead of so much thinking about the ending, awesome. Just awesome. Just awesome fun. No problems with it, no notes. So I'm giving, hey Dad, could a Predator beat a Viking? What about a ninja? What about a World War II pilot? 3 stars. I really do want the Predator films to be able to just, they're just fun, even when they're not that great. So it's nice to have more of them. I want more of them, not a problem. They are expanding the universe with what they're going for here. I just don't know yet it's going to take some time to get used to where they're going, I think.